But like those kids are amped and they're really good. I get amazed every time I watch it.
It's like an after school. He's like an after school program teacher. So for the arts and stuff.
Oh, dude,
and then
good for him, bro. He's killing it.
Man, he's teaching. I mean, I wish I had that type. I think you needed that shit when you were a kid.
I probably did.
Instead of being stuck in a little classroom, they could have put you in that shit and got your wiggles out, and then you would have smashed it.
Yeah, that's true.
You should just show up one day and just see. Huh? Just show up to Vince's class.
I don't even think you know right now. You're actually talking to a fucking living legend, dude.
Really?
You want to hear the...
Oh, that's why he looked at me like I was a fucking idiot. You looked at me like, what?
You want to hear the craziest fucking shit? So on JK News, there was this guy named... His name is Ryan May is his tag, Ryan. He's a part of this dance group called Quest Crew. Mm-hmm. So...
I've heard of those guys, right? They're on the American...
Yeah, they're
the American Tire Company.
American Tire Dance.
America's best tire company. So apparently, he actually knew Joe from like junior high back in the day, but never met him. But he only knows Joe because there's a legend about him in the junior high before he got kicked out. You got to explain this fucking story.
What's the legend?
Well, So we were both from the same kind of like religion, right? Mm-hmm. And then so we went to the same private school. And then I find out, oh shit, you went to that school, so did I. But he went to high school there, and I went to junior high there. And so we never really met each other. So we started naming off people like, oh, do you know so-and-so? And do you know so-and-so? And he's like, oh yeah, I know that person. And he asks me, hey, do you know who Joe Mama is? And I'm like, I'm Joe Mama.
You're like, I'm Joe Mama,
I'm
bitch.
Joe Mama.
I'm fucking Joe Mama.
And he's like, wait, no. And I'm like thinking, oh shit, am I being rude? Like, did I actually know this guy? And then he just doesn't remember me. So I was like, what about Joe Mama? Like who told you about him? And then he was like, no, it's just, I can't believe I'm finally meeting you.
Oh shit.
And I'm like, what's going on? You know, like what's going on?
You want to hear the funniest shit that he said after though? He goes, how do you know about Joe Mama? He goes, you're the guy that never made it.
Oh, what a fucking backhanded compliment.
No, but what he means by that is that
made it to his high school.
He didn't make it to high school
because he was like, dude, fuck this. I'm gonna smoke weed and get kicked out.
So what he was saying is that after he left, Ryan became friends with the group that he kicked it with.
Yeah.
And so when he got kicked out, they would always talk about Joe.
And they would call him New Joe. Hey, Ryan, you're New Joe.
He was a legend because he was such a fucking badass, and he was a Seventh-day Adventist. And so whenever there was a badass in the school like that, he was the coolest motherfucker alive. So there was a legend about this guy in high school.
So what was the legend? What would you do?
I don't know. I just lived my life. You know what I mean?
You would have sex with all the hot teachers there.
No, that would be awesome.
This fool got caught smoking weed in the bathroom.
Yeah, and I remember
you told us that story last time.
Yeah. There was that. Man, there was just a lot of things I was doing, and I was just like wilding out and having fun. I didn't know that they would talk about me. I was just being myself.
That's crazy though. It's crazy.
You know what's kind of cool though is that he's still connected to a lot of my old friends and stuff, and then just through him, like I'm starting to see some old faces, and I'm like, man, that's nostalgic. Like it's cool.
Dude, they missed you so much. They kept telling that story to everybody in that school. He was a legend. Like people talk about him like he's fucking Van Wilder, dude.
Bro, you're Fonzie. You're Fonzie.
You're fucking Fonzie, dude.
And I didn't even know. I had no freaking idea.
You didn't even get to live that glory out, which sucks.
But that's okay. That's okay. You're a fucking legend, dude.
I didn't know. I was just having fun.
Dude, you would have got so much Seventh-day Adventist pussy.
Yeah, dude.
You would have just fucking banged all the girls in high school.
Bro, you would have been rolling knee deep in it.
There were some cute ones too.
And they all wanted to get with Joe Mama, dude.
But I don't know about that. I don't know.
That's what you say, dude. That's what you say.
They want that Joe Mama dick.
They want that.
It just blew my mind because I was like, oh, like I didn't know that, because I knew some of the guys and I still kept in contact. And then I'm like, oh, they miss me that much? That's a great feeling.
I thought the story was going to be about how you were like some breakdancing legend or something.
He was not.
I don't even know what like legend too, because I just kept trying to ask them like, what did they talk about? And they're like, oh man, there's just so many stories about you and you were badass. And I'm like, what did I do? And then like all these things started coming into my mind like, oh fuck, dude, like I remember there was like this big like Mexican party crew there, and then they jumped me in the bathroom and we jumped each other like just for fun.
At a Seventh-day Adventist junior high.
Dude, that's where Victor came out of right
That's
there.
like
Fucking Victor.
That's like
Victor, you
Catholic
better kick
school.
back, fool.
It's like Catholic school. You know, it's like
Dude,
it's like
so crazy.
I know it's like a private
Joe had a
school.
switchblade for sure. You carried a
I
switchblade.
brought
on
knives
you.
to school.
See? Boom.
Oh my
There it
god!
is.
All right, so
Switchblades.
there's this one thing too.
That's so Asian too.
We created like a thief crew.
A thief crew.
Yeah,
So what would you
because-
guys steal?
Well, right next to it was like a Kmart, and it was just a big plaza full of like.
I've never
There was a
sending my kids to
hometown
religious school.
buffet. There was Kmart. There was all that, and then so I don't know. Like it was just we got bored, right? So we would go in there, and then we just start going from store to store and just stealing things, and then it got bigger and bigger, and we just go into school and sell it like to our friends.
What the fuck?
That's tight.
And then there used to be a movie theater. It's all gone now. It's kind of like a bunch of restaurants now, but we would just go after school to the movie theater and just spend the rest of the day there. Like hop from one, you know how you buy one ticket, you just go from one to another. And we thought we were so
Seventh-day
cool.
Adventist Aladdins.
That is
dude.
Yes.
that is really cool though, because
Yeah.
when I was that age, I would never be caught dead doing any of that stuff. I would
And
be
we were so
I was
young.
such a
We were
puss, dude.
13 or 14.
Oh, dude.
No, yeah,
What is
13.
it about? I feel like there's so many stories about kids who were put into like religious private schools.
Yeah.
That rebelled so fucking
I learned
hard.
a lot of bad shit from my elementary school because like my elementary school, a lot of my classmates were like real fucking hood. That's when I got introduced to like gang culture and all that stuff. And I didn't even know it was gang culture.
like
Like
some
my
shit that people
friends'
did.
parents were Crips, and then like
Yeah.
or like they were like Mexican gangs, and like generationally, like
That's-
their grandpa was like they had a blue rag and all that stuff.
That's
So-
the weird thing. Like when you're a kid, you don't realize the people that you're hanging out with are a part of anything bad. They're just
Yeah.
doing whatever that they're doing.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in fucking high school, I was walking around with some friends and these dudes rolled up on us and I didn't even know who the fuck they were, but they're like, "What's up, fool? What you bang?" And I looked up and it was my homie. He's like, "What's up, David?" I was like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And we're just walking by. And then my friends looked at me. They're like, "How the fuck do you know those guys, dude? They're a
Yeah.
bunch of fucking norteños." I was like, "Oh, I grew up. I went to elementary school with that guy." But you know, and when you're a kid, they're
Yeah,
just
you don't know.
friends. You know,
Yeah.
they're
Get it,
just
yeah.
They're
We
just
just like-
friends.
yeah. But he was a fucking norteño. You would have never known. I would have never known.
And then that's when they jumped you on, right? That's when they put you
Absolutely
on.
not, dude. I was just a dweeby little goofy kid.
Nah, they put you on, dude. Don't lie.
Absolutely not, man. What's up, good? What's up, fool? I mean, what's up, blood?
Yeah, I didn't even know what that. I thought they were just like party, like just crews, you know,
Yeah.
like because yeah, ever since I was a kid, everybody was in a crew. Like my cousins were in breakdance crews or like tagging crews or whatever, right? And then like I guess gangs just existed. It was just a part of the life. So I didn't know that they were hella bad, like bad and ghetto or whatever. I didn't know. Like I was just like, oh, I like his mom. She always has money. And then it's like I didn't know she was a drug dealer. I look back and I'm like, oh fuck,
She's a
dude.
drug
She was
dealer.
doing yeah. And then because my friend was pretty poor looking, but he had 3 horses, right? And then a pony. And a fucking his mom had like a single mom with 3-4 cars, and it was just like
All bought with drug cash.
Yep.
yeah, it had
Paying
to be.
stable
It just had to be
upkeep, too.
because she was always home.
You know how stupid I was? I mentioned this story on JK News, but in Sacramento, there's a huge Hmong community. And in my parents' store, there was like this Hmong market. But I grew up with a lot of these dudes, but they were a part of a group called, there's 2 huge Hmong gangs. I'm not sure if they're still around. They probably are. They're called MOD and HNS.